Good air drums there. Also, as well, I'm led to believe that, Keith, you do a cracking Helen impression. Can we have a go on that?
Well, you mean the pout?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the impression.
Where's the camera? That camera?
Yeah.
Oh!
You look good. That is good. Thank God Lucy's between the two of them right now.
For the team.
Yeah, that was... Cheers, mate.
No problem, you're welcome.
If you think you can do a better impression, though, send in your videos.
Oh, we're going to get some in.
Here's how you can.
Now at a bunch of dummies. Right, time to put your questions to Keith and Lucy. We start with a caller, Samantha Brown from Wales. Hi, Samantha.
Hiya.
How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
Good, great to talk to you, Samantha. What would you like to say to our panel?
Hiya, I've got a question for Keith Duffy. If
Hi,
you
Samantha.
could give any advice to Helen right now, what advice would you give her?
Sorry, what did you say?
What advice would you give to Helen if you could say anything to Helen right now?
Just be yourself and have a good time, love. You're doing a great job.
Oh, nice to hear. That's lovely. Are you a fan of Helen, Samantha?
I wasn't until I saw her in the jungle. I have to admit, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. You're allowed to have your opinion. Thanks very much, Samantha. Do you feel that Helen now, after all of this, that she feels like she's doing a good job? Because I think now she's a bit more confident in
Yeah,
herself.
I think she's a bit more settled now, and I think people are starting to understand. Initially, the way Helen talks sometimes and the way she goes on with people, I think people might actually think it's false and it's fake and she's putting it on.
Yeah.
But the longer they spend time with her, they realise that that's just the way she is,
Yeah.
and she's actually sincere with who she is,
Yeah.
you know.
Joe, you know, you were in there. You can't fake it after a while. Once you're in there a few days.
You can't fake it. I mean, after about a week, you're so hungry, you know, you're so tired that it's going to come through like a Hugo. You know, he's starting to get a bit grumpy, but that's not really him, you know. So I think Helen's slowly feeling more and more comfortable with her environment and the people around her.
And they're taking care of her. They're starting to
They
look
are.
after
They're
her,
looking
you know.
after.
Her facial expressions still don't change, they do,
No.
which is brilliant.
Does she do that all at work?
Yeah, mid-conversation, you'd be talking to her, and all of a sudden she'd just go into a pout. You know?
Yeah.
Do it again.
How's Helen going?
Did you ever say it to her? Did you ever just say, are you okay?
Yeah. I used to walk around her after her in the green room behind her back.
Because you know what? If she walks into a wall, she'll she's stuck. Plunger.
Lucy, I have a question for you from Polly Kemp. She asks, if you were in camp, what would your role be?
I think I'd have to find the role of sweeping up outside the Bush Telegraph so that I could just listen to what everyone was saying in there.
And getting the gossip in there as well. Nice, I like it. We've got another caller. We have Cad from Edinburgh. Hello, Cad.
Hello, Australia. How are you all doing?
And the great thing is, it's only 26p for a phone call.
It's great. I was going to get my mom to call me in here. It'd be cheaper. But, Cad, what would you like to say to our panel?
OK, I'd just like to say I think that Limal and Helen being together is a great pairing. I think Limal is just the kick up the what's it that Helen needed. I think probably he's the guy that turned her around to get the 12 stars. What does the panel think?
That's good.
Yeah. I don't agree at all. At all. I mean, have you not seen the way he spoke to her? The way he spoke to her, and he said, no, that's not a high-five moment. I mean...
Apart from that one moment... Apart from that one moment, I think that's what she needed. She needed someone to pull her out and, you know, pull her up a bit.
Yeah, but he was condescending with it. He was giving himself a stage above her, and he was being condescending to her.
Do you think...
But that's quite easy to do to Helen because she acts the way she does.
So why do it?
Because it's the way she acts.
It's too easy to do it, so why do it?
I just think it's the way she acts, you know.
Do you think he said anything that the other campmates weren't thinking? Did he just say what other people were thinking?
I think he said what they were thinking the other day, but I think when they've been chained up together, it was a bit unnecessary. He's just trying to tell her how to speak, and
she'd won 12 meals at that point.
She's letting people put her shoes on and her socks on. She's acting like a baby, then she's got to expect people to treat her like a baby.
Well, if people want to put my shoes and socks on, I'm going to let them as well.
Thanks very much for your question. You really got our panel going there. We have another question here from Bradley James to Keith. If you had to pick someone from camp to be bush buddies with, who would you pick?
I'd have to go with the hay man.
The hay man.
You know what I mean?
He's a man that doesn't lose. He's always good to have.
I'd love to be linked up with him.
Me too, for other reasons. What about you, please?
I think Charlie. I think she'd be quite good value.
Yeah, she's a fun girl as well. Well, that's almost it for today. A big thank you to our panel. Sadly, it's Lucy's last day. Very upsetting. Very important question I have to ask you. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think?
Do you know what? I think it could be Helen. I think if she carries on like this, it could all turn around. Yesterday I would never have said that, but today I'm going with Helen.
Who do you want to win?
I think Colin would be a very emotional.
I'd like to see Colin. I think he'd be really happy. Anyway, there's just about time for Rob to tell us what he's learned today.
Our lesson today is all about focus, determination and hard work. Take hopeless Helen. No one believed in her ability to face up to her responsibilities, but she surprised us all by rising like a phoenix from the flames and soaring to new heights. A phoenix from the flames? That would be a good trial, wouldn't it? Like London's Burning, but with Bill Oddie. Her hard work has reaped a rich bounty. Suddenly, from nowhere, the camp larder is brimming, having won a total of 17 stars in 24 hours. That's loads. God knows how many points it is on Slimmer's World. It's bad news for Colin's diet, as it will take graft and commitment if Colin wants to win the big prize, Slimmer of the Week. Good luck, Colin. And remember, take the C off chips. What do you get? That's right, hips. Class dismissed.
Ooh, well, that's it for tonight. I'm a Celebrity is back tomorrow on ITV1 at 9 p.m. with more from our Bush buddies. Remember to turn over to ITV2 at the slightly later time of 11 p.m. And Dec will be here, and joining our jungle line of his new panelist, Radio 1 Chatterbox, Gemma Kearney. But until then, goodbye. See you. Have a good one.